vision to reach the most remote, marginalized communities of the world was birthed out of humble beginnings on a sugarcane farm settlement in Fiji's northern town, Lambasa, more than 20 years ago. Despite the fact that they had very little, Reverend Suliasi Kurlo and his wife, Mary, were always willing to give to those who needed help around them, even if it meant going without. Driven by a heart of compassion, the young couple learned to share the little they had, always believing that the opportunities to help and provide assistance were too important to let pass by. As the years have gone by, the reach has spread beyond Lambasa and the Northern Division to other parts of Fiji and to groups of remote populations in the Pacific, Asia and Africa. It is this vision that has led to the registration of Global Compassion Fiji, which will now serve as the umbrella organization for the work currently ongoing with marginalized groups in Fiji, Vanuatu, the Philippines, Cambodia, Rwanda and Kenya, to name a few. The vision for Global Compassion Fiji is to reach the poorest of the poor, the neglect amongst the neglected and the forgotten amongst the forsaken. The targeted communities are identified through in-country research and through forming partnerships and relationships with locally based organizations in focus countries. In the last decade, marginalized communities in countries from Africa, Asia and the Pacific have been identified as needing assistance. Workers from Fiji have been dispatched to work alongside the local people, adopting a holistic, multifaceted approach to transforming the communities. In Fiji, more than 550 wheelchairs have been donated to people living with disabilities around the country. Hundreds of children from the Nasinu area are now directly benefiting from the newly built Newtown Christian Community School in Tavirua East, Suva. The school, which was completed in May 2010, provides quality education for classes 1 to 8 and has grown from an initial roll of 70 pupils in 1999 to more than 565 students to date. The school enjoys an open-door enrollment policy where students of all races and denominations are welcome to attend. Plans are in place to build a secondary school and other facilities to ensure a higher standard of education. In Vanuatu, workers trekked through 3 days of mountainous terrain and crossed rivers 57 times to reach one of the remotest villages in the hills of Espirito Santo. Today, a temporary shelter has been built, which is now being used as a school during the day, an adult education center in the evening, and a church at the weekend. Workers have introduced hygienic food preparation methods, hygienic eating methods, better waste disposal, and also personal hygiene. In Cambodia, workers, one of whom is a registered nurse, have been working alongside the Kui, a marginalized community of Cambodia, teaching English and good hygiene practices. More recently, plans to build a health clinic has led to the acquisition of land. A feeding program is ongoing to those who live in the rubbish dump sites of Phnom Penh, providing 3 meals a day every week since 2006. Assistance is also given to children who wish to be educated by providing them with support at hostel accommodation so they can attend regular classes. In Kenya, workers are living with the Turkana people in the northwest region of the country, and through the provision of water tanks are starting to bring stability to village communities. This has now led to the nomadic Turkana people allowing their children to be educated in schools, and workers have started to lay the foundation for schools in 6 villages. In Rwanda, workers are assisting the Batwa Pygmies to rebuild their lives, and since 2009 have built homes for more than 24 families who were evicted from their homeland as a result of the Rwanda genocide. In Tanzania, the Maasai people have benefited from the installation of boreholes, which has brought them fresh drinking water for the first time in their history. This has become a source of great relief to the Maasai people, who often have had to walk for hours to find clean drinking water. In the area of women's empowerment, volunteers are working with the women of the Mathare slums of Nairobi to assist them with generating income through small business enterprises. Hundreds of women in villages and town centers in Fiji have received much needed boost to their self-esteem through the free donations of hundreds of bras, which was given to Global Compassion Fiji by the Rotary Club of Melbourne, Australia. In the area of HIV/AIDS, the Global Compassion Fiji team have plans to work in partnership with the Ministry of Health Fiji to conduct awareness on HIV/AIDS to all relevant stakeholders. The work of Global Compassion Fiji continues to expand, and the vision is to reach all of the most remote communities of the world within the next decade. We look forward to partnering with you to make this vision a reality.